your weights or your tins. So I've got my tins, chickpeas and soup. I've gone very middle class Brighton here. They're not organic though. So anyway, if you just stand with your feet directly underneath your hips, arms down by your sides, and just do a few shoulder rolls. So really lift the shoulders up towards the ears and drag the shoulder blades down your back towards your back pockets. So rolling the shoulders up and back. So you should feel a little bit of work happening with the shoulders anyway, with the weights in your hand doing this. If you go the other way, so going forwards now, so lifting up towards your ears, rolling the shoulder blades around towards the front of your chest wall, towards the sides really. And then come to settle, the chest open, shoulder blades pulling together slightly. Now let's set your centre. So imagine your pelvis is that bucket of water. Tip the bucket forwards, tipping the water out the front, and then back, tipping the water out the back. So just do a few of those. And then come to find your neutral, where the bucket of water is nice and level. Okay, soften through the knees, and then bend the arms. So your elbows at 90 degrees. And I'm going to lift the elbows up to the side. And then bring the elbows down to your side. Lift up. So you've either got your weights in your hand, they're going to be facing down towards the floor. So your palms face down towards the floor. Lovely. Try and keep the shoulders down away from the ears. So resist the temptation to just lift the shoulders up as the arms move out to the side. So the elbows going parallel with the shoulders here, just up to shoulder height. This time, come up, hold, and then turn your palms to face forward, lifting your weights or your tins upwards, showing them to me. Down towards the floor, rotating down, and then elbows back to centre. So lift elbows, rotate hands up, show me your tins. Tins down to the floor with your weights, elbows back to centre. Good. So we're doing a little series to work through our shoulders today. We'll continue to work on our shoulders throughout, and our arms with our little weights. Whether they're dumbbells or tins, you're still going to feel it a little bit. Even doing it without tins or weights, you should be able to feel this. Lift up. Now hold there and then push your weights or your tins up towards the ceiling into a shoulder press. Elbows back to shoulder height. Rotate down. Elbows back to your side. Lift elbows up. Keep the elbows bent. Show me your tins. And then up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Lovely. Apart from each other now. Squeeze shoulder blades down. As you bring the elbows to shoulder height, rotate forwards and then back down. Lovely. Two more. Lift the elbows, rotate up, press up towards the ceiling, back down towards to shoulder height, rotate down, elbows to the side. Last one. Lift up, rotate, push up towards the ceiling. Elbows back to shoulder height, rotate down and back to centre. So allow your arms to go down by your side and just shake out through your shoulders. Good. So we're going to go into squats now. So we're going to lift the arms up in front this time. So this is where those slightly bigger weights that some of you have got might start to feel it a little bit. So we're going to send the bottom back into our squat and then lift the arms up in front. Okay? That's it, good. So breathe in as you come down, breathe out, push up. So working on the arms as we come down, working on the legs as we come up. Keep the knees apart, make sure the knees are in line with your toes. and don't let the knees come forwards over your toes. So just checking in that you're sending the bottom back, sending the weight back into your heels, and smiling. I've never done this with tin chickpeas before, so it's all good. Okay, this time bring the arms up into that sort of, as I like to call it, pea on a fork position, and then we're going to lift the arms up as you come down. Good, start to feel that in your arms, hopefully. So pull down, squeeze your shoulder blades together as you lift up. Good. Okay, hold it there. Take the arms out to the side. Last little challenge for the shoulders in this position. So arms at shoulder height if you can. And then just draw some circles forwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And backwards. See those 2.5 kilos now, Meg. You feeling that? Yeah. 5, 4. I can feel these tins. 3, 2, 1, and relax the arms down. Shake out through the shoulders. Well done. Okay. Turn to face the side. I don't mind which side. It's up to you. And then step the right foot forwards, left leg back, into a nice wide lunge stance. So your feet want to be at least the width of your hips to help with your balance. And you want to try and keep your shoulders over your hips. So try and avoid doing this as you come down and forwards. Sink down, tuck the tailbone under. So nice flat back, nice long spine. So sinking down. So hold the weights in your palms facing forwards as we do our static lunge or split squat. Now start to add in a little bicep curl. So as you come up, curl the tins or the weights up to your shoulders. You're going to go get a tin. Come down. Lift up. Squeeze. Now, it's not much of a weight for the biceps, these little tins. So send the weight down. Yes, now hold it there, and then I want you to just place the back heel on the floor, lean forwards. So palms now facing in towards your body. Bring the elbows up. Bend the elbows, that's it. And then kick the arms back. So don't let the arms drop as you do this. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Spine nice and long, so tricep kickbacks. We're giving the arms a bit of a workout today. Lovely. Try and keep those upper arms lifted, don't let them drop down, so I'm not doing this. It's all coming from the back of that upper arm. 3 more. 2 and 1. Lovely. Arms down by your side. Transition your weight onto that front right leg. And see if you can lift your left leg away from the floor, straightening out your front right leg. So we're aiming here now to see if you can put these tins on the floor in front of you, or the weights, standing on that right leg. So let's make a nice T shape. So nice long spine. Even if you can just get down to close to the floor, or if it's too much to hold your tins, just put them down, arms up by your side. Have your foot on the floor if you need to. I just needed to wobble there for a second. Nice straight leg on the front. You might even want to put the tins on their side and then you can roll them forwards. Maybe. We'll just hold them. Nice strong back leg. Right, step back, nice and gently with that left leg. And then swap sides. So left leg forwards, right leg's back, and your right heel off the floor. Arms down by your side, so we're going to go into that lunge again. Or split squat. Keeping the chest lifted. Keeping your rib cage and shoulders in line with your pelvis and your hips. Tucking the tailbone under. Use your centre to help you balance. Spine nice and long, drawing the head up towards the ceiling. Adding in the bicep curls. So tens to shoulders. Lovely. So make sure that front knee isn't drifting past the toes. Last two. And one. Okay. So bring the right foot in slightly and pop your heel to the floor. Bend forwards. Lift the elbows up. And then kick the arms out straight. Keeping the elbows nice and high. So triceps. Those bingo wings. Summer's coming. We don't want anyone to see those bingo wings. Not that we're going to see anyone, so. Oh. Yeah. Two more. Last one. Right, transition the weight. Might need to move it onto that front left leg. And see if you can put your whole weight on that leg, lifting the right leg away from the floor. Straightening the left leg. Lifting the right leg up. Trying to get into a T shape. And then seeing if you can take your tins and bend down, put them on the floor and use them as blocks to help you to maintain this position. Nice stretch for the left leg, but really hard work as well to keep this position. Engage your centre to help keep this long spine and support your back. Keep the right leg lifted and keep your hips shining down towards the floor to try and keep them level. Bend the front left leg. Place the right foot back to the floor and lift up. Well done. Walk that through and then bring yourselves down to the mat. So we're going to do roll up. So what we normally do in class is we have a ball which we either can put underneath our sacrum between your knees. So you can use it whichever way you would normally use it. So you can kind of wedge this underneath your bottom to give a bit of support, or have it between your knees to help activate your centre. And if you normally use a band to help you as well, you can pop that around your feet. It's up to you, and if you're not using a band, grab hold of your tins. So I'll show it with and without, and then you can decide. So the movement is sitting up nice and tall, so the spine is lengthened. The heels are on the floor. If you've got the band, you'll need your toes off. If not, place your feet to the floor. To Take a deep breath in, and on the out breath, tuck the tailbone under and scoop yourself into a nice curve of your spine. Check in that your tummy's drawing in and you're not pushing your tummy out. Hold it there for an in-breath, and then coming up as you breathe out, keep that curve in your spine, push up nice and tall. Breathing in to prepare, breathing out, tuck under, come back, hold as you breathe in, breathing out, come back up and push all the way up. We're adding a little bicep curl now, so you can either do this with your band or you can do it with your tins. So breathing in, breathing out, come back, breathe in to hold, breathe out, little curl, and then come back up. Deep breath in, and out, roll back, breathe in to hold, breathing out, tins up, breathe in, release, breathe out, come back up. So if you've got it between your knees like I have, I'm just giving it a little squeeze just to help engage my tummy. Come back up, lovely. So let's just do 3 more like that. Breathe in, breathe out, tuck under, breathe in to hold, tuck the chin in slightly, bring the weights up towards your shoulders, release, roll back up. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out, tuck under. Breathe in to hold, squeeze the tummy. Tins up to shoulders, release, come back up. Lovely. Have a rest. Just bring yourself over your knees. So we're going to do the oblique version. So either with your tins or with your band. You're still going to do a little bit more work coming round to the side now. So same thing to start, we breathe in, breathe out, tuck under, and twist. Come back to centre, and come back up. And then you switch to the other side. So breathe in to prepare, breathing out, tuck under and twist. Breathe in, bring the arm back to centre, breathe out, push back up. So it's one movement as you come back and round. Breathe in, breathe out, tuck under and twist. Breathe in, bring the arm back to centre. Breathing out, come back up. And then switching sides. So it's just a little bit more work with that weight or with the band. Don't forget to switch sides and checking in with your tummy. That you're not pushing the tummy out, but you're drawing it in, it's nice and flat. Feeling any hip flexors, tuck the tummy in even more. Tuck the tailbone under. Maybe even putting something under the tailbone to support you. Last one, hold it there. And release. Lovely. Put your weights, put everything to one side. Bring yourself down. Arms overhead, just have a little stretch. So nice and long, fingertips to toes, as far away from each other as you can. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Okay, I'm going to finish this little section off with our hundreds. So you can choose your position as always. So because you guys have been doing it for a while, you can either start from tabletop with your head lifted. If you're feeling brave, coming up into this position. Okay, and you can use your cushion, your towel between your knees. Makes it a bit heavier than the balls that we normally use in class. But if you're in tabletop, you should be able to hold it and squeeze it there. It might help. Up to you. So, is everyone ready? Okay. So you breathe in for 5 counts, breathe out for 5 counts, and I'll count you through. Are you ready? Let's go. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring the knees into your chest to rest. So I just showed a few of the variations as we went through that for the video, just so you can pick which one. And if you find, don't forget, when you do those again, you can always change your position if you accidentally choose the wrong one. Okay, let's just turn our attention to our bottom muscles. They're going to come onto your side. With your weight in your hand, your tin or your dumbbell or whatever the weight is you've got. We're going to do the clam, so feet in line with your bottom, hips stacked one on top of the other, knees together. Elbow bent and in at your side, and then your weight on the floor or just hovering above the floor. We'll start just by doing the arm movement. So lifting the arm up, squeezing the shoulder blade around your back, and then allowing the weight to come down towards the floor. Lift up, squeeze the shoulder blade. Lovely. So this is a classic physio exercise to get the rotator cuff working. Really good for all the muscles at the back of the shoulder. Now we're going to add in the leg lift. So the top leg comes up, open everything up, and then allow everything to come down. Good. Lift. Lovely. So breathing out as you lift, breathing in to bring everything back towards the floor. Lift knee and hand up, squeeze the shoulder blade round, back down to the floor. I can definitely feel this tin. Okay, now we're going to move the tin onto the outside of your upper leg, the tin or your weight, and then just pushing in a little bit into the thigh as you lift it up. So you're having to push against that little weight. If you want to work a bit harder, you can push a little bit more, and if that's too much, you can just take that away. Just to add a little bit of extra load to that clam movement. So just 3 more. Like I say, the more you push into the side of the leg, the more you'll work. Last one. If you've got the tin, you can just allow it to roll up your leg. And then release. Take the legs out long. And then flex at the ankles, so your toes are pointing forwards. Make sure the hips stay in line, and then have your arm with your weight just on your hip there, or however long your arm is down the side of your leg. And then lift the leg up, not pushing on the weight, because we're going to use that for an arm workout. Point the toes and lift the leg up, back to hip height. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. So now we can lift the arm up at the same time as the leg, so we're working through that shoulder. at the same time. So point the toes, lift up, have that arm and leg staying in line. So you're not drifting the arm forwards, you're not drifting the leg back. So imagine you're almost pulling that leg up with that arm, with a piece of string. It's going to stay in line. 3 more. 3, 2, and last one. Good, well done. Okay, let's shift over to the other side. I'm going to change my tin. That's all happening. So, set yourself up. Same thing again, the checkpoints to look out for, your feet in line with your bottom, hips back one on top of the other. And just drawing that top hip away from your top shoulder to create that little bit of space for your waist. Trying to maintain that throughout these exercises. Let's start with the arm movements with the tin or the weight. Allow the tin or the weight to come down towards the floor. Elbow stays in at your side. Lift the arm up. Show me your weight. Lovely. Come down to the floor. So you're bringing the palm up. So it's showing forwards. Squeezing the shoulder blade behind you. But working on rotation of the shoulder joint. Also the muscles around the shoulder blade. Lovely. It's harder than it looks, this exercise. Okay, let's add in the knee lift. So top leg comes up and down. Lift and lower. Squeeze the heel together as you lift that top leg up, making sure you're engaging through your glutes. So just make sure you can feel it around the back of your bottom. And if not, bring that top hip forward slightly. Let's bring that weight now onto the side of your leg. So if you've got the tin, you can kind of roll it up your leg as you lift it up, and then you add a little bit of pressure onto the top of the tin or the weight. So you're working a little bit harder. Make sure you're not rolling back with that top hip. Lying on our fronts. Finish off the work bit anyway. So if you come to lay on your front, with your rolled up towel or cushion underneath your forehead, and then your tins one on either side, hold them so that they're facing in towards your legs, thumbs down towards the mat, fingertips up. Or if you're holding a weight, if it's a bit too big to do that, you can always have your palms facing the floor. So make sure that you're in a neutral pelvis even though you're lying on your front. So just bring your tailbone away from you and draw the tummy button just up and away from the floor, just to engage through your centre. And then we're going to take the shoulders away from the mat and draw the shoulder blades together, and at the same time lifting your arms away from the floor. So squeeze up, hold and release. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out to lift and squeeze, breathe in to hold, breathe out, release. So we're still working on those muscles around the shoulder blades, opening up through the chest as we lift. So drawing up away from the floor with the shoulders, the shoulder blades squeeze together like you're trying to squeeze something between your shoulder blades to get the upper back working. Okay, now bring the weights or the tins up and bend at your elbows. So So your elbows are parallel to your shoulders and the weights are on the floor, palms facing down. And you're going to push on the weight and just gently lift the head away from the mat, tucking the chin in. So just gently pushing down onto the weights, just to get a bit of connection with something solid underneath you. But try and make sure that you are still engaging through your tummy and that you're using your upper back to do this. And you're not using your back muscles. If you find you're using your back too much, grab a towel and you can pop that underneath your tummy. Now we're going to start to lift the arms up with us. So we come up, bringing the weights away from the floor, making sure that you're still doing that little squeeze of the shoulder blades as you lift away. But we're taking the head up now as well. Lovely. We're trying to keep that nice shape with the 90-degree bend in the elbows. And adding in that last move now. So we're going to lift, hold, extend the arms away, drawing the weights together overhead, bring the elbows back to shoulder height and lower back down. So lifting everything up. You don't have to come too high. It's not about how far away from the floor you are. It's just about engaging through those upper back muscles. If your legs, I lost them. So if you're having trouble keeping your legs down to the floor, push the fronts of your feet, so the tops of your feet, into the floor underneath you to ground yourself into the floor. So we lift, hold, extend the arms forwards, bring the elbows back, ground the legs into the floor and lower. Lift, hold, extend, elbows back to shoulder height, doing really well, lower back down, just 3 more. Lift, remember to draw that tummy button away from the floor underneath you. Engage through the legs, push them into the floor, push them into the mat. Lift, hold, extend, elbows back and lower. Last one, remember to keep that chin tucked in, the eyes facing down towards the mat. Feeling those shoulders working, come back down. And put the tins to one side. Take the cushion out if it's underneath your belly. And then just rest with your arms down by your side. Just going to stretch out the legs. So bring your left heel towards your bottom and hold the front of your left ankle. If you can't quite reach your feet, then you can hold your trousers or you can put a strap around the front of your ankle. You want to draw, whichever way you're doing it, you want to draw your heel in towards your bottom, pressing the front of your hip into the floor. And don't forget to take those lovely, nice, deep breaths to help with the stretch. Switch sides, so grab and hold now of the right leg with the right hand, drawing the heel in towards your bottom, pushing the front of that right hip down into the floor. So, like I say, if you can't quite grab your foot or the front of that left ankle, grab hold of your trousers or put a strap around your ankle. A towel or your bands that you were using earlier or your dressing gown cord, anything like that will be fine. and then release. Hands underneath your shoulders. Just push yourself up now onto all fours. So bring your knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. And just give your hips a little wiggle side to side, releasing off your back. So we're going to do the lovely cat-cow stretch, to stretch off our back now. We're going to tuck the chin, take a deep breath in, tuck the tailbone under. Release, lift the tailbone up towards the ceiling, lift your head up, chin up. Breathing in, tuck everything under, push the floor away with your hands so that you get a lovely stretch for your upper back. Oh, that's really nice. Breathing out, release, lift. So send the tummy down towards the floor, lift through the chest and tuck under. Tucking the chin, arching your spine the other way. Really tucking the tailbone to get that lovely stretch through the lower back. So just releasing everything here. Come back to centre. Now we're going to take the left hand away from the floor and take it up towards the ceiling, opening up through the chest, pushing through the right hand to get more of a twist. Release, bring that left hand between the right leg and right arm and come down towards the floor, bending through your right elbow. Breathe in, lift up, push the right hand into the mat. Come down and twist. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, come down and twist. So just look out for what your hips are doing here. So as you're coming up, try not to push over to the left. And as you come down, try not to sink over to the right. Try and keep your hips over your knees at all times. Get the most out of that twist. Switch to the right arm comes up, down and through. Breathe in, come up, down and through. Breathe in, come up, push the tops of the feet into the floor again, to ground through the legs. Breathe in and open, breathe out and twist. Breathe in, open. Breathing out and twist. Come back to centre. Now take the feet together, the knees out a little bit wider, sink the bottom back down, let the arms come out in front of you into child's pose or shell stretch. Nice deep breath. So we're going to modify that now just by coming off to the left hand side of your mat. The left hand creeping across off the left hand side of your mat, Right hand then coming over the left, stretching out through your side. So you should feel a lovely stretch down your right hand side here. And then switch across to the other side. So right hand on the floor, left hand over the right. Coming back to centre, just bring your knees together. And then bring your hands down towards your feet. And place the crown of your head onto the floor. So you're in a tight ball now with your head a little bit closer to your knees. And holding onto your feet, just give them a little gentle pull towards you. You should feel that stretch through your upper back. And if you're feeling okay, you can lift the bottom up slightly. You might feel a bit more of a stretch through your lower back. tucking the tailbone under, make this an active stretch, and then release. So you can stay in this position with your arms down by your side or out in front, or you can come and lay on your back and just spend a couple of minutes just relaxing here. Just take a few long, deep breaths and notice the sensation of your breath as it goes in to your lungs, and then noticing again the sensation as the air leaves your body. So just picking a point during that cycle of breathing where you can really focus your attention. And if your mind drifts, as it will, bring it back to that point in your breath. And just really focus on all the sensations that you're feeling. The temperature, the sound, just even the movement of the breath. And now, just wiggling your fingers, slowly pushing yourselves up. Open your eyes.